In this video, we're going to be talking about and reviewing the newer generation infotainment displays that we get in the Porsche cars. So without any further ado, I say let's get into the video. Alright, so talking about the infotainment displays of newer generation Porsches, the first thing I want to talk about is the level of customization that you have in these displays. Like, you can even control what you want to see in this top left corner. I mean, if you don't want to see the temperature, you can change it to time and you can easily do that. Similarly, if you don't like this home setup right over here, if you want to change some things over here, well, just press this and then configure home. You can change every single thing in this layout over here. If you want to change out the media categories, you can change it from there. Like, how cool is that? But anyways, one other feature about this infotainment display that I am completely in love with is the voice control system. Now, being a new generation car, it gets AI-based voice control system. If I press this, I can do anything in this car, like turn off the AC, turn on the AC and all that stuff. So I'm gonna press this button and turn off the AC. Just have a look what happens. Turn off the AC.
Air conditioning turned off.
So as soon as the AC turned off and the car was idling, the car system is actually smart enough to even turn off the car. Right now the car is just running on battery power and the engine has actually turned off. Similarly, if I press this to turn on the AC once again, turn on the AC.
Air conditioning turned on.
Not only did it turn on the AC, but then it realized that it needs more power, it turned on the engine as well, which is something that I feel is really intelligent. But anyways, let's move on to the other functions of the display. First off, we have navigation, which is once again a very normal feature, and you can see it in all the cars these days. But one thing that I do want you guys to notice over here, as you can see, my hand is nowhere near the display right now, but as soon as I bring my hand near it, you can see all these options turned up, which is really cool. It's just a small little gimmick, but these small little features, these small little attention to details is what makes these cars such as Porsches really cool and luxurious. But moving into media is very simple. You also have these FM, Bluetooth audio and all that stuff, which is very normal. Moving into phone, you can connect your phone through Bluetooth, once again very normal. And once you have connected your phone, you can move on to your favorite contacts, your call history, call a contact, and then even read out your messages. And then moving into car, this is where we actually have all the information regarding the car, such as first off, you can actually change what the ride height of your car is. Right now it's riding low, but then if I can change it to medium, high and terrain as well. Terrain is for the off-road mode in this car, but anyways, let's just leave it in low. Going back, we also have the chassis. How do you want the chassis to behave? Do you want it in normal mode, which is also comfort mode? Then we have sport mode and sport plus. Sport plus would make the suspension really stiff, so that you could turn this car really hard at even high speeds, which is really nice. Then normal is obviously for the city driving. But anyways, we can also change the drive mode, which we could through the steering wheel as well. But if you want to change the drive mode through this display over here, you can do it: normal, sport plus, and then individual. In individual, you can choose what you want with the display. If you want the steering to be in comfort mode, but you want the suspension to be in sport mode, you can do it through individual, which is really nice. Then we also have off-road mode in this car, in which once again you can change the chassis, you can change the cameras in this car. As this car has a 360 view camera, as you can see, it gives you a complete overview of the surroundings of this car, which is really helpful while you're off-roading the car, because obviously you don't want to crash your expensive car. But anyways, you also have these other features such as side cameras. As you can see, it shows me the side. Then I also have a panoramic view of the car, which also is really nice. Right now it's showing me the front, but then if I click this, it shows me the back end as well. So that's pretty good. And you also have modes for off-roading, like on-road, and then gravel, mud, sand, rocks. You can change every single thing in this car. It's really elaborate how elaborate they've made this display over here, which is really nice. And then we also have the controls such as the ambient lighting in this car. You can change the ambient lighting from these options over here, and then how much brightness space you want, everything can be controlled through this display right here. And then we have our trip status, which is very normal. And then we also have chrono over here, which is for the lap settings in this car. If you want to take this car on track, obviously it's a sports SUV, you get a full blown track system in this car, which tells you all the track telemetries and all that stuff, which is really cool. Then we have climate, which is for the AC in this car. As you can see, I can control where the air is coming out. If I want to change everything, I can do it from here. And then you can also synchronize it. And yes, when you synchronize it, all the temperatures are synchronized to the driver side and not the passenger side, if you're wondering what happens. And then we have apps which can be connected through the Porsche Connect app. You have to download the app on your mobile phone, and then you can control a bunch of different apps even on this part of the car. Then we have our sound settings, in which we have the balance fader where you want the audio to be, the tone settings, which is very normal like treble bass, then the volume as standard. Then we have our devices. Once again, connecting your phone through Bluetooth is one of the necessities that you need to have for here. And then we have the settings in this car, in which you have the Porsche ID, the service overview, in which you get information regarding when the car needs to be serviced and all that jazz, and then all the other information, which is pretty standard. And so that was our review of the infotainment displays that we get in the newer generation Porsches. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Comment down below what you like or dislike about this video. Suggestions are always open. Share this video as much as you can, and a subscribe to the channel would be a massive help to me and for the future content of this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.